Alright, so it's been a while since I made a video here of the Derp ATV. It's been probably 3.5 months since I last worked on it. It's basically been stored in hibernation for the winter time. But the weather's warming up, so I'm getting warmed up too on getting back in the groove of things, getting this thing mobile. But really haven't really worked on it the past 3 months besides tinkering around with the engine. I was able to get the tailgate off last couple weeks ago and get the power pack frame mounted up as well. Just getting into plumbing the TDI motor into the machine. A lot of this stuff is ad hoc, as you can tell, but at the end of the day, this is kind of just a prototype for me. It's definitely not going to be the end build for a production standpoint in terms of offering kits. Because the main goal of this vehicle was easy DIY, but it did not fulfill that goal. So Derp 2.0, I already pretty much have it all designed up and it's ready to go. I just got to get my parts on order from Russia and I can get going on that build eventually. But right now, just getting this thing mobile is the goal. You can kind of see I got my chain couplers up in here. Base pretty much mounted up onto the frame. I am missing a half link here, which I got to get going on here to couple up these chain drives here. Airbox. Oh, chain drive. I did switch to a chain drive. I was originally going to run that Gates synchronous belt, but the problem was it was too wide, so that would have pushed me too far forwards into the bulkhead, which I'm kind of glad I ended up doing that. Like I said, this is just a prototype, so I'm not really concerned too much on life. That'll just have to be a lubricated accessory there, along with the chain couplers that I got going on. In terms of the TDI motor, this was a 2002 Jetta that this came off of. I think I had a video of that last year or so when I actually had the machine. But there's a lot of plumbing involved and a lot of electrical involved. It's just the way it is. So you see a lot of ad hoc plumbing going on here. The intercooler routing, I got that all mocked up. I just got to clamp it down. Same thing goes with the return to the intake. Air filter here, which then goes down to your turbo. Once again, I just got to get clamps. Really the last big thing I got to route up is the exhaust. You can kind of see it's just a, I just welded in a 90 into the original OEM exhaust pipe flange that bolts up to your turbo. And then I go up to a little flex exhaust here. And I'm going to have one of these, just probably straight section. And then I'll probably tie it in with a 90 to the muffler, which I still got to get. I'll probably have the diverter valve at the output of the muffler, and then the T will be before the muffler, which will then get routed up to my exhaust inflation system there. So, intercooler mounted up here. I might end up putting a computer fan. I'm not sure how hot this thing will get. I'm sure this thing will tell me what my temperatures are seeing on the charge air side. So we'll see how that goes. If I have to, I can put a computer fan and I can probably divert some air out through that little slit over there. The radiator is kind of mounted unconventionally. The reason I did that is because, once again, when I designed this vehicle, unfortunately, I never had the engine on hand to actually do some measurements and whatnot, which the Derp 2.0 will do a much better job because there's going to be a lot more space. But I'll probably make a video in the future on the Derp 2.0 in the later. But for now, let's just focus on what we got here. So I do have some contingencies for getting the air bubblers out here. And then also the reservoir is mounted higher than the highest point of the cooling system. Really, I think my only concern is if the water pump's going to have enough head to throw the water up into the radiator. There's a shroud that I kind of put together here, which will hopefully shoot the air out. It worked pretty good when I dry run it. It blew out the air pretty good there. So we'll see how that turns out. The Jetta originally never had a radiator cap or anything, and it is a cross-flow design, so I don't think I don't think it's going to have any issues cooling as long as I can get the water up and over there. I guess if I have to, I'd have to get one of those electric deals, but I don't want to deal with more electrical gizmos if I can't help it. Fuel filter is kind of installed there. I kind of have it routed like so. So I got my pickup in my return, which will then go to my rear tank here. I'm just going to plumb in my rear tank for now. And then I got my sender installed as well. So it's pretty much the back end there. I'm not really too happy how much space these little things take up, but I guess it is what it is. Moving on to the front side. So yeah, you can kind of see the general area. These are my, I'm going to have to put some extensions on my original harness to get up to here, but kind of see how that's all mounted up. We'll see how that performs. I think it should work out all right. It was blowing out pretty fast. There's a lot of airflow with those fans. And plus, these TDIs are pretty cool running, I've noticed. So moving on to the front here, you kind of see I got my throttle position sensor and module, I guess, put together. Yeah, I don't like how far forward this engine kind of got shoved up, because it doesn't really give the driver or passenger a lot of leg room. Kind of like the real Sherp, I guess, though. So I guess it's realistic, right? But the Derp 2.0 will solve all these problems. But yeah, looking up into here, kind of see what the exhausting system looks like. So yeah, what I'm thinking is before the muffler, I'm gonna probably try this stuff right here. This is like a flex vac hose. It says it's good up to 275 degrees, so we'll put that to the test. And I'll probably just route that up to the muffler there and see how she performs. If that doesn't work out, I'll just get some whatchamacallit, the flex line for the exhaust ducting. But this is a silicone elbow, so it's a pretty high temperature deal. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of gobbledygook going on here. Battery, I think once I get the original battery tray back, it's at a buddy's place right now, the Jetta carcass. I'll probably mount the battery somewhere about right here behind the passenger, just to make it a little bit more easily accessible. And then yeah, you can see all the gobbledygook lines going on here, the janky lines. But for me, it's just a prototype, getting it up and running. So just gonna do what I can do. I think that's about it in terms of what I got done so far the past couple of weeks. So I'll get over to the wiring harness, kind of give you guys an idea of what I got going on there. So that'll be the next challenge after I get all this plumbed up.